So I work a 9 to 5 job, and if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you work a 9 to 5 job as well, or you're at least thinking about starting one at some point. But lately I've seen a lot of people on social media especially make videos and all type of different content saying how 9 to 5 jobs are miserable, they're the worst thing a human can ever experience, etc., etc. And I've just realized that a lot of people have just been complaining and they aren't really doing anything to change it. One of my biggest things that I've learned is that you need to let your 9 to 5 job be a building block to getting to somewhere that's better than that 9 to 5 job. What I mean by that is that most people, they have hobbies. Say you may play an instrument like guitar, for instance, or you may make videos on the side like me, or whatever you want to do. Maybe you sing. You know, the 9 to 5 job can be the nice foundation you need. A lot of people, they think, oh, I want to start this new business or business model, and they think they have to quit their 9 to 5 job to do this, but I don't think that's the case. Believe it or not, I actually get most of my work done for my hobby of video creating, like video editing and posting and getting videos ready for upcoming days. I get most of that stuff done on the days I'm working my 9 to 5 job. After thinking about that for a while, I've come to the conclusion that it does something to our brain whenever we're working our 9 to 5 job. Think about it like a box. You're in a box and that's your 9 to 5 job and you're getting stuff done in that box. Think of it as a way you have to fill that box up before you're able to get out of that box and get into a bigger box or somewhere outside of that box you're in. Think of the box as your 9 to 5 job. You need to be in a box because let's just say the box is in the air. If you fall out of that box, you're gonna crumble. You need something. And that little box may not be the best. It may be a confined space. You may hate it, but it's something nonetheless. I found that when I'm working my 9 to 5 job, it gets me into the mindset of wanting more. I wanna get to a point outside of my box. I wanna get to a point where I'm above where I'm at right now because I don't wanna be at this point forever. And I'm sure you can relate to that statement a lot. And I found that it does something to our brains when we're working the 9 to 5 job that we always want more. So our hobbies and the things we want to get good at, whether that be guitar, videos, singing, whatever, you tend to work on it a bit more because you've already worked your 9 to 5 job and you're saying, I don't want to do this forever. So what you're going to do, you're going to keep working to get out of that box. I get most of my stuff done on the days I'm working my 9 to 5 job simply because I have the thought of doing my 9 to 5 job either ahead of me later in the day or before me. And I'm thinking, I don't want my everyday to look like this. So I'm gonna make my videos, I'm gonna edit it, I'm gonna get stuff done. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make my hobby hopefully someday be the main thing I do. When I'm doing this, I don't really complain about my 9 to 5 job either. I understand that it's the foundation I need to get to a greater area or height that I want to be at. The thing about complaining that I've realized growing up is that most people that complain, they usually aren't doing much to back up their complaining of wanting to have something better in their lives or wanting it to get to a better job. It's the people that work in silence, the people that, they're working their 9 to 5 job, they're not complaining, they're being positive. They are the people that actually have a lot of stuff going on. But I've found that the little things matter a lot. When you have a positive attitude, being in a place where you don't want to be, when you get to the place that you do want to be, people will call you exceptional. People will say you deserved it. And you'll be able to build on that positive attitude you've already had. If you went from having a terrible attitude, being where you don't want to be in life, to having a positive attitude whenever you want to get to where you want to be in life, you have to build that positive attitude when you get here. Versus when you already have that positive attitude, you can build up on it and you can make it, your reality and build on it and make it more positive and more positive and more positive as you get more successful and get closer to the things you want in life. Ultimately, I've come to the realization that a 9 to 5 job is not your enemy. If anything, it helps you get to where you want to be in life. Not only is it money, maybe not the money that you want to get right now or the money you want to be making for all of your life, but it shows you this is where you could be, but you could be somewhere else. This is only the bottom because most 9 to 5 jobs, you're working under something. You're working under a person, a business, a company. You're working under an individual in some shape or form. And it shows you that there's a ladder that you can climb. And surely you want to get to that top. You want to get to the top because that's just human nature. We want something more. We want what's next. I want to challenge you to start to look at things of more of a future perspective. Think of where you want to be tomorrow, the next year, or the next 10 years. Think about where you want to be. And whenever you're doing your 9-to-5 job, don't ever let your attitude, your actions, the little things that you do during your 9-to-5 job affect your future self in a negative way. If you go to your 9-to-5 job and you always have a bad attitude, you're complaining, you're no one that anyone wants to be around, that's going to play into things in the long run, whether you realize it or not. People may not respect you as much because you're not nice. People may think of you as a complainer, and they may think of all these bad things related to you. But when you go into your 9-to-5 job with a positive attitude and you always want to treat people with respect, you learn, and you're always trying to get better, you don't talk too much, you don't talk too little, you just continue to do things that benefit your future self. What you'll start to see is that when you get to that point where you want to be in life, you've already had this good foundation of all these good things that have kind of shoot you up into the place that you want to be. Versus if you are always negative and have all these negative things during your 9-to-5 job, that may hinder you from getting to where you want to be. Or whenever you get to where you want to be, people may say you don't deserve it. People may not like you. And, you don't have a history of treating people right. You don't have a history of being appreciative of things, the little things in life. It may make you not stay here for long, or it may make you simply just not have a good enough life that you want. If you're somewhere where you don't want to be, appreciate that. Appreciate the little things that you can smile about. That way, when you get to this point where you want to be in life, and there's so many more things to smile about, you've already smiled before, so it makes smiling up here so much easier and so much more comfortable. The people that don't complain whenever they're at their 9-to-5 jobs, those people tend to learn more and tend to appreciate life a bit more where they're at in their current point in time. Think about someone in customer service. They can see the learning aspect of learning their communication skills, learning how to deal with people, learning how to, present themselves in the best way possible. And, that can help you a lot when you get to a place, maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you're talking to a lot of businesses, or you're talking to a lot of people that you want to show respect to. If you've already done it down here, when you get here, it's easy. When you really think about it, there's so many things you can learn from being in a 9-to-5 job. Think of if you're at the very bottom of a business. If you really take the time to learn about what you're doing, how it affects things in the business, you can see different aspects of businesses, different people, how different people work and how they act. There's so many things to learn from anywhere where you're at in life. But the people who complain about 9-to-5 jobs and it's being miserable, they can't see the learning experience and see how they can use that knowledge, what they're seeing every single day, to help them in the long run. If you want to start a business and you're at the very bottom working there every day, you can see different aspects of business every single day. But so many people, they fail to realize that simply because they always want so much more and they fail to appreciate everything in life. Really, you should appreciate every single thing in life. Little things like this video, your thoughts, the things in front of your face. There's so many ways to learn and so many ways to benefit yourself in the future. You just have to sit there and understand, I'm here for a reason. And I'm here to do my job and do it well. Because if I do this job well, whatever job I have in the future, whether I'm working for myself or working under a company, whatever it may be, if I do this job well that I'm at right now, it'll make doing a job well in the future so much easier. When you really think about it, a 9-to-5 job is 8 hours out of your day and sometimes 40 hours out of your entire week. A way to make those hours not feel like they're wasted is to either make that 8 hours your best learning experience of the day, where you can be at the bottom part of the business and learn every aspect of business to help yourself in the future, or use that 8 hours as motivation for whatever you're going to do after you get done with your 9-to-5 job. Whatever hobby you want to do, like videos, guitar, whatever it may be, work as much as you can in that time period, as small as it may be. Even if it's a couple hours, I've found that the days that I work my 9-to-5 job, I get the most things done. It's something about just the psychology in our brain. I don't know, I'd have to look more into it, but it just makes us, if we have those hours of just doing something that we don't want to do, whenever we're done, We just want to work towards something we do want to do in the future. And that's what I've found through my experience with 9-to-5 jobs. That'll be it for this video. I hope I was able to motivate you to just appreciate wherever you are in life, whether you're at your 9-to-5 job or you're way above that, or maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Just know where you are right now is where you're supposed to be. Appreciate where you are right now in your journey. That way you can make your journey so much greater. And whenever you get to that final destination, it'll feel so much more fulfilling and satisfying. Do it not just because I'm telling you, but do it for your future self. Hope you guys have a blessed day.